Yeah, Kishan, can we go live? Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this Nifty Expiry webinar. I'm Sudeep Shah. Indeed, it's an important time that we are having this expiry webinar. And today we will be discussing Nifty and Bank Nifty levels as usual, but we'll also be discussing a few sectors along with how the mid caps and the small caps should be viewed from the current levels. So I would just request a few participants to just help me know whether I am audible enough and uh, is is the slide visible or not. If you could just any one of you could just help me. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर द कंफर्मेशन. या सो दोस्तों, एक चीज है ना कि पिछले कुछ दिनों से हमने देखा था कि मिड कैप्स और स्मॉल कैप्स में सेलिंग प्रेशर आ रहा था, और कल हमने ये सुनने में आ रहा था कि इंडिया चाइना के बीच में कुछ कॉन्फ्लिक्ट हो रहा है, या फिर रेगुलेटर्स के हिसाब से कुछ जो मिड कैप और स्मॉल कैप्स में वैल्यूएशन कंसर्न्स है. बट लेट अस एक्सेप्ट वन थिंग, that the rise in the mid caps and the small caps and in a lot of them was astronomical. ऐसा हुआ था कि पिछले 6 महीने में कोई स्टॉक 20 रुपया वाला 200 रुपया भी हो गया था, और वहां पे कोई फंडामेंटल्स उसके साथ जस्टिफाइड नहीं थे. इवन इन आवर लास्ट 3-4 इंटरैक्शंस वी हैव बीन वेरी वोकल ऑन दिस पॉइंट. तो मुझे यही लग रहा है दोस्तों दैट ये जो पिछले 2-3 दिन में जो करेक्शन आया है ना, वो इट इज अ नॉर्मल करेक्शन इन अ वे कि ये जो बहुत बड़ा रैली आया था वहां से ये एक्सेस जो था वो कूल ऑफ हो रहा है. सो वन थिंग इज इम्पोर्टेंट फ्रॉम द मार्केट्स परस्पेक्टिव, दैट इफ यू सी निफ्टी, बैंक निफ्टी, आईटी सेक्टर, ऑटो सेक्टर, आप ये जो टॉप के सेक्टर्स है ना, वेदर इट इज फार्मा, they have not fallen much from higher levels. It is only those mid caps and small caps which have risen astronomically higher. So now what we are seeing today also, there's a good rally in Nifty coming. The lesser rally, छोटा rally बैंक निफ्टी में आ रहा है, पर आप देखिए मिड कैप और स्मॉल कैप में पुल बैक्स आएंगे. पर मेरा ये एक रिक्वेस्ट आपसे है दैट इन द नेक्स्ट कपल ऑफ मंथ्स, while we are approaching the election mode, it is very important that we are very cautious on the small caps and the mid caps front. We could add large caps. हम large caps पे हम फोकस कर सकते हैं, बिकॉज अभी तक वहां पे स्ट्रक्चर खरीद, large caps outperforming the mid caps. So I still continue having this feeling that on a nifty level, on a bank nifty level, जो key sectors है oil and gas, IT, auto, फार्मा, यहाँ पे बहुत बड़ा कट नहीं आएगा. बट द कट्स वेरेवर दे आर इन स्मॉल कैप्स एंड द मिड कैप स्पेस, despite some pullbacks, resistances at higher levels would be there. So if you are a mid cap and a small cap trader, if you are taking positions even at the current levels, be quick to book your profits or respect the stop losses in case the trade is going against you. So now let us just understand one thing, how the market sentiments are. Generally what we do is, हम क्या देखते हैं कि सेक्टर में से कितने परसेंटेज स्टॉक्स अपने 20 दिन के मूविंग एवरेजेस के ऊपर ट्रेड कर रहे हैं, 50 दिन के मूविंग एवरेजेस के ऊपर ट्रेड कर रहे हैं. तो आप यहाँ पे देखिए एक बार कि ऑलमोस्ट ऑल द सेक्टर्स नाउ, वेदर इट इज निफ्टी बैंक, निफ्टी एफएमसीजी, मीडिया, मेटल्स, यहाँ पे सब indices are below their 20-day moving averages. Few of them are say 50% are above 50 DMA, and most of them are well placed above 100 and 200 DMA. So what does this mean? This means that ये short term का जो structure है यहाँ पे थोड़ा weakness we are seeing, but in the medium term to long term structure it is quite intact. So from this data perspective, I feel auto, then FMC, healthcare, IT, pharma, whether it is PSU banks, oil and gas space, these spaces should be still on our radar. But say a space like media, metals, then partially real estate, consumer durables, we should just be a bit skeptical given the nature of these indices. Because अगर आप देखिए रियलिटी अभी भी थोड़ा ऊपर है, because it has gained in the last 3-4 months, but the kind of nature that the real estate index has, the kind of volatility that it can exhibit, I feel in the next couple of months while we are approaching elections, थोड़ा लेसर वॉलेटाइल सेक्टर या हाई बीटा सेक्टर से थोड़ा दूर रहना चाहिए. So even within the Nifty 50, these many stocks are in the last several sessions. If you see from 28th of February till 13th of March, it is the lowest amongst seen in the last many weeks. अब देखिए on 13th of March, it is only 24% stocks of Nifty were above their 20 DMA. So larger structure, if you see 100 DMAs and 200 DMAs of all these stocks are still guarded. But it is the shortened curve of the market where we are facing this problem. And in the next few days, if Nifty stabilizes here, this data will improve. But overall, if you see this on this sectorial snapshot, we need to see improvement on most of these sectors as in when they come above 50 DMA. So my view still remains the same. These top sectors will not still have any problem. In fact, people are trying to add more and more of these top sectors and top stocks within these sectors. And now we are seeing some kind of shift from the small cap and the mid cap towards the large cap end of the market. So now let us see what is happening with the indices also. So now understanding in this downturn how the indices have fallen from their 52-week high or the recent all-time highs, whatever may be the case in separate indices. Now if you see Nifty, Nifty 500, Nifty Auto, Nifty Financial Services, Nifty Bank, they are all down only between 2 to 4% apiece. But most of the fall has been witnessed in Nifty Mid Cap Index, which is down by 8%, Small Cap, which is double the loss of Mid Cap, which is around 14-15%, and Nifty Media, which is 28%. Even Metal Index has fallen 9 to 10%. Nifty Real Estate Index has fallen 11-12%. So I feel these are the spaces where we need to be a bit careful of, given the extent of the fall, because any attempt for a pullback also would be met with selling pressure. So wherever the cuts are shallow, they're not too deep, such as auto, financial services, or if you say IT, pharma, PSU, banks also to some extent, specific PSU banks, or specifically Nifty stocks, I feel those would be the pockets where one needs to concentrate on. Now let me just even put my screen online. Just give me a minute. So now coming to Nifty. Now let us understand while we are discussing about the Nifty expiry today. Now what has happened is you just see this is the Nifty was nicely trading in this channel. But yesterday we have had this trend line breakdown. Now today, post this trend line breakdown, Nifty has taken support at the 50-day exponential moving average, and it has tried to just rebound back. एंड वो चैनल के अंदर फिर से जाने की कोशिश कर रहा है, बट ओवरऑल हायर लेवल से 22,220 के आसपास से सेलिंग प्रेशर आ रहा है आज भी. तो मुझे लग रहा है यहाँ पे जो हिसाब से निफ्टी का सेटअप है, ओवरऑल 22,100 22,080 जोन will act as an important support. About 22,250, which is the 20-day exponential moving average, which is also the resistance. तो इसके ऊपर 22,250 के ऊपर अगर पोजिशनली निफ्टी क्रॉस होने में कामयाब हो जाता है, then we might see a good pullback up to 22,600. So 22,250 will be the most crucial number that I will be watching out for, because ये 20 दिन का exponential moving average है और यही एक support zone पिछले कुछ दिनों से बना हुआ था before the fall has happened. तो 22,250 on the upside will be the most crucial number that I will be watching out for positionally. And on the downside, now supports are very close to this zone of 21,850 21,900 zone, जो कि 22nd Feb 29th Feb ये दोनों दिन का जो लो है एग्जैक्टली यही जोन में है. और यहीं पे अगर आप देखिए तो यहीं पे इंडेक्स का जो 50-day एक्सपोनेंशियल मूविंग एवरेज है वो है. तो मुझे लग रहा है ये एक बहुत क्रिटिकल सपोर्ट जोन बनेगा. अगर हम ऑप्शंस डेटा की बात करें, बिकॉज आज एक्सपायरी है, और अगर हम ऑप्शंस डेटा की बात करें तो लेट अस सी निफ्टी का ऑप्शंस डेटा क्या बताता है। अगर हम निफ्टी के ऑप्शंस की बात करें तो यहाँ पे हाईएस्ट ओपन इंटरेस्ट है आपका 22,200 और 22,300, 22,200 एंड 22,300 calls are having highest open interest. So I feel with the kind of writing that is there in 22,200 calls, so 22,210, 22,220 will act as a resistance for the day. Any rise towards that zone will be met with selling pressure. Remember, आज ये अभी pullback है. It is not, we are not in a bullish mode. It is just a pullback that we are witnessing after a major fall yesterday. So we cannot completely be very sure of saying that the fall is over. We need to watch for 1 or 2 days more, get that confirmation that the markets are stabilizing, key stocks are now showing signs of a decent extended pullback. Then only we can say that yes, yesterday's fall was the last day of the fall, or maybe the major part of the fall is over. So from the current levels, I feel 22,230, 22,250 positionally is an important resistance. But for the day, 22,200, 22,210, the highs of the day today will act as a very crucial resistance on the upside. And if you see from a support perspective, now where is the support? Significant put writing is there in 22,100 strikes and 22,000. So dips to 22,100, 22,090 zone will act as an important support. So 22,080, 22,100 zone will be a very good buying zone from an intraday perspective, and 22,200, 22,220 zone will act as a selling pressure zone. Also, if you see the put call ratio of 20 to 100, now 20 to 100 put call ratio is also extremely important to watch out for. That is also right now 22,050, 22,100, that is around 1. So I feel this zone of 20 to 100, 22,080 will be very important from the next 1 hour's perspective, 1 or 2 hours perspective. Now let us come to Bank Nifty. Now, if you see Bank Nifty was in the first half of the day today. Bank Nifty was trying to attempt a move up to say 47,200, but the last 30 minutes has seen some kind of a profit booking, and Bank Nifty is back below 47,000. Now, if you see the options data here in Bank Nifty, I feel 47,000 puts which are having the maximum open interest, and if you adjust the premium there, 46,800 for the day will act as an important support. 46,800 on spot. अगर आप पोजिशनली देखें तो 46,500 जो कि एक स्विंग लो है और 50 दिन का एक्सपोनेंशियल मूविंग एवरेज है, वो एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट सपोर्ट बनेगा. तो जब तक बैंक निफ्टी 46,500 के ऊपर है, आई स्टिल फील दैट बैंक निफ्टी में बाउंसेस आ सकते हैं. बैंक निफ्टी थोड़ा साइडवेज कंसोलिडेशन करने के बाद एक मूव पॉजिटिव तरफ जा सकता है. पर अगर आप देखिए इसी इवन विद इन द बैंकिंग स्टॉक्स, आईसीआईसीआई बैंक इज बुलिश, Axis Bank has gone a bit bearish. HDFC Bank and Kotak Bank are trying to find support. So with only one clear winner, we feel that Bank Nifty in the next few sessions could still continue consolidating between 46,500 on the downside and 47,400 on the upside. A real breakout in Bank Nifty now from the current levels would come above 47,350, 47,400, where along with ICICI Bank, even HDFC Bank and Kotak Bank tries to support the banking index. So overall, Bank Nifty, which has not fallen big in the last few days, is at a decent place right now. It's not too weak, but 46,500, 46,700 will act as a strong positional support. And I feel a crossover above 47,300 is very, very essential. 47,300 or 400 zone for Bank Nifty to have an extended move up to 48,000, 48,300 on the upside. Now let us see how the mid cap space is behaving. Now, if you see the mid cap space, yeah. Yeah, sorry. So if you see the mid cap space here, 45,300 is an important support. Now, there was a crossover which was there in April 2023, around 31,000 levels where all the major moving averages were crossed, and then we saw a rally up to 41,000. तो 41,000 तक एक मिड कैप में रैली आया था 31,000 से ये लास्ट, और ये जो 25-30% of the rally has happened, that has happened say in a period of less than 4-5 months. उसके बाद अक्टूबर में हमने करेक्शन भी देखा था जो प्रीवियस पीक से अराउंड 6-7% था, एंड देन वंस अगेन अ न्यू रैली फ्रॉम 38,000 अप टू ऑलमोस्ट 50,000. तो मुझे लग रहा है यहाँ पे ये हायर हाइज हायर लोस का तो जो ट्रेंड बना हुआ है वो अभी तक टूटा नहीं है. अब ये जो इंडेक्स है वो अपना जो 100 डे मूविंग ये जो एवरेज है 100 डे एक्सपोनेंशियल मूविंग एवरेज, ये उसके बहुत करीब है. आप ये देखिए कि 100 डे एक्सपोनेंशियल मूविंग एवरेज के करीब है, एज ऑल्सो इट इज अबव इट्स प्रीवियस ट्रेंड लाइन सपोर्ट. तो फॉर मी मिड कैप्स आर स्टिल से रिलेटिवली बेटर प्लेस्ड देन स्मॉल कैप्स. तो यहाँ पे एट द करंट लेवल इफ यू आस्क मी दैट ये लेवल पे मैं सब कुछ बेच दूं क्या, then my reply would be no, because it would have been say if it would have been a couple of weeks earlier, अगर हमने थोड़ा positions at least partial profit book कर लिया होता तो ठीक है, but ये level पे अगर पूरा exit कर देना, that I feel would be a bit too hasty, and we should wait for some kind of a pullback, say a pullback up to if 47,200 or 46,950, 47,200, which is say almost a 50% retracement of the last few days of fall. So that pullback should be used to reduce positions rather than aggressively lapping up positions right now, because previous जो swing lows है January February वो तो टूट ही गए, तो इंडेक्स ने अपना स्ट्रक्चर खराब कर दिया यहाँ पे. बट डिस्पाइट दैट एक पुल बैक आ सकता है बिकॉज ओवरसोल्ड नेचर अभी इंडेक्स का हो चुका है. तो आई फील use the pullbacks to reduce positions rather than adding up positions on leverage, and that too ahead of the elections. So now coming to the small cap space, now just see this index. Now while we were seeing that the structure in mid caps was relatively still better because previous जो लोस थे उससे बहुत ज्यादा नीचे टूटा नहीं था इंडेक्स. बट आप ये देखिए यहाँ पे निफ्टी स्मॉल कैप इंडेक्स, नाउ दैट इज almost 3-4% down as compared to its previous January and February swing lows. So I feel overall this index is on a down move. Now there could be selling pressure on rises. The trend line support which was connecting the previous lows also has been broken. So overall I feel from the current levels any pullback towards 15,000 in Nifty small cap index should be used to reduce or lighten positions at higher levels. What could happen is that आज हम जो मिड स्मॉल कैप और मिड कैप में देख रहे हैं कि थोड़ा पुल बैक आ रहा है, बट वो पुल बैक में भी आप देखिए कि हायर लेवल्स पे आपको सेलिंग प्रेशर मिलेगा. सो वेर एवर यू आर गेटिंग अ डिसेंट अपॉर्चुनिटी टू reduce leverage. Now coming to sector specific, I feel कौन से sectors पे हमें ध्यान देना चाहिए. Now this could be a question in a lot of your minds now, but one clear answer would be here that sectors which have not broken more than 2-3% from their previous swing highs or 4% up to that zone, and that are still above their key moving averages, say 100-200 exponential moving average or 50-day EMA. So they should be on our radar. So say case in point a sector such as auto. Now if you see here, we've not seen a deeper cut in auto. It's just below 20-day or 21-day exponential moving average, but it is above all the previous moving all the important moving averages, as well as it is above their previous February month swing lows also. So wherever the previous month swing low has been guarded, I feel those sectors should be looked upon, and key stocks from those sectors should be looked upon. So if we are talking about say auto index, then I feel Maruti could be one top pick here, so that should be on our radar here. Now just see pharma. We were discussing about pharma also, that the structure is relatively better. Now here pharma also is holding its trend line very well. The support has been taken today, and if you see overall the 50-day exponential moving average has also not been breached from November 2023. So for me while the index is right now around 18,700, 18,300 from the current levels will act as an important support for the pharma index. And even in the pharma index, if you see large caps such as say Cipla, then Sun Pharma, Lupin, they are doing relatively well. They've not seen say a steeper correction. So I feel overall the index is well placed with all these key stocks also not having fallen too much, or their chart structures have not having been disturbed. So that should be on your radar if you're chasing large caps. Now, if you see Nifty IT, now this index neither had outperformed when Nifty was rallying in February, or it has not even underperformed right now. And in fact, that is providing Nifty the much needed support today. So, and it is even holding its 50-day exponential moving average. So I feel till the time this zone of 36 500, 36 600 is held, we could see some pullback in the IT index from the current levels up to the levels of say, if you say 38,000, 38,200 is the level where we feel that this index could come. And the top contributors to this rally could be TCS and HCL Tech, because these both these stocks, now if you see, if I can just pull up those charts for you. Yeah, so just see the chart of HCL Tech here. Placed above all its moving averages, not even broken its prior swing low on all the time frames. The stock is looking better. So I feel stock like say HCL Tech, or even if you see here a stock like TCS, where the structures have not been disturbed. Now, this is what I mean by when I'm talking about that the structures are not disturbed. Despite the volatility in the markets, the stock is still holding strong and close to its prior highs. So here IT index I feel could be of a support to the main Nifty index. So IT, pharma, auto, yahan pe we are bullish. What I feel is that real estate index, now real estate index had seen a big rally from October. So from a level of 560, 570, it had almost returned around 75-80% and made a high of 930. So here overall on a say on a relative strength model, this is not yet weakened. But given the nature that the real estate stocks have, the volatile, high beta nature, I feel it is still, say, we should just be a bit cautious here and let the indices settle, let it show a sign of reversal, and then only we should approach real estate stocks or try to add them on dips. Now, apart from real estate, IT, pharma, one sector which deserves a mention here is the metal index also. Now, metal index, if you see, while you see this chart of metal index, what I feel is here, this index is sustaining above it's sustaining below the 20 as well as the 50-day exponential moving average, and it is corrected 7 to 8% from higher levels. And now it is trading closer to its Jan and Feb months swing lows. So I feel here, till the time this index does not move beyond 8,000 or 8,050 levels, there could be selling pressure at higher levels, and it could retest its trendline support, which is closer to 7,300, 7,250 levels. So avoid metals, avoid real estate space, at least for the next few sessions, till the time we see any stable reversal in these indices. So overall, just to sum up, I feel Nifty, from a Nifty standpoint, it is very important that 21,900, 21,850 positionally, which is an important support zone, holds. It's okay if Nifty consolidates between 21,850 and 22,300. It's perfectly okay looking at the current market scenario, but i- if 21,850, 21,900 is broken, then deeper cuts could be witnessed. But overall, looking at the structure currently, we feel that the fall, the impact is largely limited to the small cap space, partially to the mid cap end of the market. But Nifty and Bank Nifty could still find supports around this 21,900 and 46,500 mark. From an intraday perspective today, from an options expiry perspective, uh, 21,000 20 sorry 22,100, 22,080 zone will act as an important support. So 22,080, 22,100 zone will act as an important buying area, whereas on the upside 22,210, 22,230 zone will act as a selling pressure point from higher levels. From a bank Nifty perspective, for the day, 46,850, 46,900 is an important support. 47,230, 47,250 zone will be an important resistance. From the positional perspective, 46,500 zone will act as an important support. And above 47,350, 47,400, as I mentioned, with the support of HDFC Bank and ICICI Bank already being bullish, we feel Bank Nifty could head higher up to 48,000 once it sustains above 47,400 levels. So that's about it from the presentation perspective. Would request the participants if we have any questions. Uh, Gaurav Ingole ji has said that, sir, please suggest multi-bagger stock for 2 to 4 months. Gaurav ji, multi-bagger stocks ke liye we would be having a separate session. We have already had a separate session, and we do share our fundamental ideas, whether it is the mid cap side or the large cap side. तो हम वहाँ पे अच्छे stocks आपको share करते ही रहेंगे regularly. So do watch out for there. So that's about it. I guess there are no more queries here. Yeah, yes, there is. There is. Sorry. Uh, Sunil Vishwakarma ji is asking, please help me with the buying level of SJVN and IRFC. Yes, sure. Sunil ji, if you now, if you see this chart of SJVN, it has taken support at 90, around 90, 92 levels. Uh, but the prior resistance also was at around this zone. So overall, I feel 93 से 97 का जो zone है, that would act as an important support. जब तक ये 93, 97 के ऊपर है, तब तक there is a chance of a pullback up to 118, 122 levels on the upside. But I feel that rise should be used to reduce your exposure in this stock. Now, yeah. Yeah, IRFC. So after that fall in the last few days from 170 to 116, we have seen IRFC pulling back up to 136 levels. And I feel overall it is still in a downward structure, and a move above 145, 147 is required for resumption of the up move. So 147 would be the most crucial resistance that you should be watching out for. And on the downside, 123, 125 is that support zone below which, if it sustains, there could be a deeper cut. So use that as a positional stop loss for your positions. Mr. Rao is asking, Mahabank, should I be holding? Yes, just let me 1 minute. Now, see, if you see, even this particular bank is a very good quality bank. Now, Bank of Maharashtra has fundamentally in the last 4 or 5 quarters has given very good results. But overall, the structure of this stock is decent, considering the move from 40 to 68. And right now, post this correction of around say 25, 28%, it is placed at an important support zone. where there was a prior resistance also. Now if you see here, now just see here, there was a prior resistance in the month of October 2023, closer to 52 levels. Yeah, even today's low was 52. So might be that correction here in this stock is complete, but I feel it could still consolidate here. So while the correction seems to be almost done with, 52, 51 levels will act as an important support, and a move above 60 will at least say kind of give you that confirmation that yes, the downtrend is getting steadily getting over. So 52 zone for me will act as an important support. Yeah, so that's about it from this presentation. And if there are any further questions, I am putting this ID in this. You could put your queries here, and we would be more than happy to respond to them. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for attending this session. Looking forward for your presence in the next time also.